Kate's dad is very wealthy, right? Surely, when he kicks the bucket, she'll inherit a fortune. Could be in the millions, no joke. That's amazing. Can't wait. When Kate's dad passes, she better take us on a trip. That'd be nice. I'd ask for a car. What about you, Noah? I've been eyeing a gaming PC for a while. Might as well ask for a fancy one. Excited chatter between my husband and in-laws. Little do they know, on the other side of the door, I'm clutching my wallet, tightening my grip. My name is Kate. I met my husband, Noah, through a social club. With shared interests, we hit it off instantly. We were having a blast together, until one day, I got a call from my mother. Kate, your dad collapsed. What? My dad was a cheerful guy, always cracking jokes. Healthy as could be, running his own company. It was unimaginable for him to collapse. As I rushed to the hospital, even on the train, I couldn't shake off the worry. He was such a caring father. Despite his busy schedule, he always made time to play with me and my brother. He'd carry us on his back, play with us endlessly. I still remember how he cried uncontrollably when he read the letter I wrote to my parents when I got married to Noah. I couldn't believe he collapsed. When I arrived at the hospital, my mom, seated on a small chair beside Dad's bed, turned to me. Mom, how's Dad? Is he okay? Kate, listen carefully. With a calm demeanor, my mom explained Dad's condition to me. Apparently, my dad collapsed suddenly at work and was rushed here by ambulance. They've done various tests but found nothing abnormal. The cause of his illness is still unknown. Further tests might reveal the cause, but that any more would be too much for my dad's body, so my mom refused to have more tests done. It seems he'll be left with partial paralysis on his left side, so he'll need full-time care. That seems to be the case. While I couldn't hide my anxiety, my mom remained composed. She had already made up her mind to take care of him herself. Feeling her strength, I couldn't help but feel deeply saddened that my dad would no longer be the same person I knew. As I tried to hold back tears, my brother rushed into the room in a panic. How's Dad's condition? With bated breath, my brother asked. My mom explained Dad's condition to him, just as she had to me. It'll be tough for Mom to care for him alone. Since I live nearby, I'll help out, thanks. But prioritize your own life, all right? You've got your own family now. Yeah, I get it. My brother nodded in response. My brother got married long before me and now has a 4-year-old daughter. I, on the other hand, am still childless. Until I return home, I have to take a 1-hour train ride. I know it's far and takes time, but I'm not leaving everything to Mom and you. If anything changes regarding Dad, please tell me without hiding anything. Got it. But Kate, did you even bother to contact Noah before rushing here? No. It suddenly dawned on me that I had come without contacting Noah. Seeing my expression, my brother figured it out. You better call him. Noah is worried about you. Feeling flustered, I hurriedly left the hospital room. After moving to a suitable place to make the call, I dialed Noah's number. Kate, where are you right now? I've been worried about you. Hearing Noah's voice, I couldn't help but feel relieved. Through tears, I informed him about my dad's collapse and the need for care. What, your lively father? Noah was surprised, but then he showered me with comforting words. Reflecting on how lucky I am to be married to him, I told him I would be heading home soon. Noah kindly said, I'll cook dinner and wait for you. Take care on your way back. For today, my dad will stay overnight at the hospital. Since both my mom and brother will be leaving, I head home for now. When I arrived home, Noah had cooked my favorite meal. It must have been tough. Eat your favorite food and take a good rest, he said, seating me down. I was touched by his kindness when I was feeling down. Thanking Noah for comforting me diligently, I went to bed early that day. The next morning, feeling calmer, I told Noah that I'd like to occasionally help with my dad's care. He warmly accepted. Furthermore, Noah had informed his parents about my dad's condition, and they offered to help with household chores while I'm away. Surprised by the full support from my in-laws, I called to thank them. My Mill laughed and said, Your father is like family to us. You don't need to worry about a thing. My in-laws, like Noah, are usually reserved. I was surprised when they came to our house with smiles, asking about my way of doing chores. Before getting married, I thought my in-laws were a bit cold, but I must have misunderstood. I thanked my in-laws repeatedly for their support in caring for my dad. My dad, who used to be talkative, lost the ability to speak well due to left side paralysis. Luckily, he was right-handed. He communicates his wishes and what he wants to say to us by writing on a whiteboard. Despite being almost bedridden, he still manages to draw crude pictures and write jokes, which always lightens the mood. My brother also came to help with my dad's care, but it was mainly my brother's wife who came to help. Utilizing her skills as a former caregiver, Mysil kindly and patiently taught me and my mother how to assist my dad. I, my mother, and even my dad were worried if Mysil is really keen on caring for my dad, who isn't even blood related. However, Mysil didn't seem to mind at all. "I've had lots of laughs with my Phil, so now it's my turn to make him smile," she said cheerfully, making me realize what a wonderful person my brother married. While my brother may have found a great partner, I don't think I'm any less fortunate in my marriage. My entire in-law family is supporting me in caring for my dad. They always ask about his condition, showing genuine concern. I'm truly grateful for that. However, it was pure chance that I realized all of this was a misunderstanding. I left home that day to go take care of my dad, but realized at the station that I had forgotten my wallet. Frustrated with my own clumsiness, I headed back home. On days when I went to care for my dad, my in-laws always came over to help with the household chores. As I made my way home, I couldn't help but think how careless I was, knowing they'd tease me about it. Opening the front door, I retrieved my wallet from my room and returned to the entrance. That's when I overheard a conversation between Noah and my in-laws coming from the living room. "So, is Kate's father still not on his deathbed? I'm getting tired of waiting." Huh. I stopped dead in my tracks, wondering if my ears were playing tricks on me. Approaching the living room door quietly, I eavesdropped on their conversation. "So, when Kate's father kicks the bucket, how much do you think she'll get? There's no point in being this nice unless there's a hefty sum involved, even if it's just scraps. Kate's dad is very wealthy, right? Surely, when he kicks the bucket, she'll inherit a fortune. Could be in the millions, no joke. That's amazing. Can't wait. When Kate's dad passes, she better take us on a trip." "That sounds good. Maybe I'll ask for a car." "What about you, Noah? I've been wanting a gaming PC for a while now. Maybe I'll ask for a pricey one." The conversation between my enthusiastic husband and in-laws continued. They had no idea what expression I wore on this side of the door. I tightened my grip on my wallet, feeling a mix of anger, frustration, and sadness swirling in my head. Without letting Noel and the others in the living room know, I quietly left the house, still feeling overwhelmed, and headed to my parents' place. To think my in-laws' excessive kindness was all about money was sickening. Sure, my father's inheritance would be substantial, but that didn't mean I could accept that my in-laws were wishing for his death. Unable to gather my farts even when I arrived at the nearest station to my parents' place, I sat on a bench on the platform for a while. The laughter of Noah and the others still echoed in my head. Unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. Laugh all you want, you fools. I vowed to myself that I would exact revenge on Noah and my in-laws, who saw my dad, who had raised me with care, as nothing more than a source of wealth. For that revenge, I decided not to tell anyone about what I had overheard, and to act as usual. Even though they often asked in detail about my dad's condition, I patiently explained as usual, and thanked them, saying, "Thank you as always." I resolved to exploit Noah and my in-laws, who saw my dad only as money. I increased the days I went to care for my dad, and unreservedly burdened my in-laws with household chores during that time. My in-laws, eager for my dad's inheritance, willingly accepted any request I made. I knew that sometimes my in-laws and Noah looked uneasy, but I didn't care. About a year after my father needed care, his condition worsened. Although the doctor assured me there was no immediate danger, I felt relieved. Still, I informed Noah and my in-laws that my dad might be in danger soon. For Noah and my in-laws, it was a long-awaited report. Seeing their poorly concealed grins, I handed them a divorce form while saying, "Thank you for everything. Let's get a divorce." Noah exclaimed, "Huh," in shock at my words. My in-laws remained frozen in shock, but I delivered my prepared lines calmly. You were all eyeing my dad's inheritance, right? I overheard it. You people who seem to be eagerly awaiting my father's demise, I can't stay with you anymore. The faces you made earlier were truly ugly. It was clear you were thinking about getting money once my father passed away. My expressionless delivery seemed to intimidate them. While my in-laws remained frozen, Noah, with the divorce form in hand, was opening and closing his mouth. I had no business left in this house. I don't mind if you mail the divorce form. But if you won't fill it out, I'll get a lawyer involved. Please do it within a week. With that, I stood up, grabbed the luggage I had prepared earlier, and left the house. Arriving at my parents' place by train, my parents were waiting for me. Since I had briefed my mom on the situation, she hugged me, rubbing my back, and said, "You did well." It was the first time since becoming an adult that I had cried in my mom's arms. The next day, Noah and my in-laws visited my parents' home. I decided to hide and observe their reaction. When my mom opened the door, she found Noah and my in-laws kneeling outside. "We want to apologize to Kate. There seems to have been a misunderstanding, so please allow us to apologize properly." Misunderstanding. It seems my daughter heard your conversation loud and clear. It seems you were all eyeing my husband's inheritance. I don't want anything to do with people like that as relatives. Despite my mom cutting them off bluntly, Noah persisted. My mom, looking exasperated, told him she couldn't allow a meeting as I didn't want it. What my daughter wanted wasn't your apology but for you to fill out the divorce form. Did you write it? Hand it over quickly. Please, just give us one more chance. When Noah shouted, the sound of a cane tapping came from inside the house. Turning to look, there was my dad, leaning on my sill for support. Though Noah, who had only heard about my dad until now, was speechless. My dad, leaning on his cane, showed Noah a white board he held in his other hand. Written on it was a powerful message from my dad. "I can't give my daughter to someone who cannot make her happy. Fill out the divorce form as my daughter wishes, right away." The message, written in strong strokes, seemed to resonate more with Noah and my in-laws than anyone's words. There's no point in arguing anymore. Realizing that at last, Noah slowly stood up, and my in-laws followed suit. I brought the divorce form just in case. Here it is. Saying so, Noah handed the divorce form to my mom. She said she would make me contact him once I submitted it, and then ushered Noah and my in-laws out. Peeking out from my hiding spot, I said, "Thank you, Mom, Dad," and my mom smiled gently while my dad laughed heartily and wrote a message on the whiteboard. It's a father's duty to protect his daughter until the end. Reading the message on the whiteboard, I couldn't help but cry. Ever since his left side became paralyzed, there were many things he couldn't do alone. I thought he wouldn't be the same person I knew anymore, but that wasn't true at all. He remained the gentle dad who always put me first. "I hope you live a long life, Dad," I said, tears streaming down my face, to which my dad flashed a toothy grin. Since then, it seems Noah has returned to his parents' home and is quietly living with them. As for me, I'd gotten used to taking care of my dad, commuting from my parents' place to work while also helping with my dad. The days are busy. However, no matter how busy he was, he always used to play with my brother and me when we were kids. My brother and I, knowing this well, never minded taking care of him, no matter how busy we were. Though my dad, now semi-bedridden, has lost a lot of weight and looks quite different, his hearty laughter and love for jokes remain unchanged. Even my Sil says taking care of my dad is fun, and we're able to lead a peaceful life.